Hello and welcome to this guided tour of a virtual tour of this CAD mock-up of a corporate event which is supposed to show a conference, industry conference on location. Okay, let's fly. That's the point. You can fly various directions, perhaps a little bit in wobbly lines. Let's go this way. So this is actually a presentation for tent and event people, really. I'm going to avoid the temptation to talk about dimensions, contents, descriptions, etc. As I would for a client, prospective client. Of course, I can record something similar for you. I've used a fairly low spec video and audio recording program. If I were doing this properly for a prospect, then I would probably pay much better money for something. I'm gravitating toward the trees. I want to show you a feature in this particular presentation. Let's call it the squirrel view. That actually the simulation here is set for light wind. Can you see those trees wobbling around? There we are. Look. You see the trees move. Isn't that fantastic? I'm going to go up a little bit. Squirrel's gone up a little bit there. Perhaps. Okay, now you can see the trees moving a little bit more. I like that feature. I don't know if I'm being a little bit geeky or a little bit bizarre, but okay, so just various things in there to add realism, let's say. Likewise with the shadows. So this is this is set on a sunny day, early afternoon. So you can see that the shadows, the light fall is according to that. It's set in a park, as this event is. Then you can set it in different environments. You can just show a built urban environment, water, and all sorts of other fine things. Okay, I'm just gonna moving around this. Various angles. You can see that there's toilets outside. I'm trying hard to not talk about the shapes and sizes of the marquee itself. Okay, so we've got lots of glass on the front, and you can see that there was a patio area to the back there. Keeping it non-technical for now. Then okay, so in this drawing package, which is what this presentation is supposed to be about, you can see top right here we've got this viewpoints button. Let's go clicky. So this is to jump to pre-recorded positions, maybe to speed things up or make things a little bit easier for your user. Each one you can obviously move around, rotating here. Now that we're inside, I'll talk a little bit about this. This is a depiction of a 3-zone conference marquee, everything all in the same marquee but divided into 3. Having a panning back here to the main entrance, which we were familiar with at the start. So if we're just going to quickly nip in between each of them, I can't actually remember what viewpoints that I've pre-recorded, so let's do it all on this first go, shall we? This is the catering area. Obviously the chef hasn't arrived yet, very poor show, no bits and bobs out, but you get the idea. I've set this up just to give the prospective client an idea of what's in there. You can jump around to different positions, take screenshots. You get the idea. Obviously, from the same page that you click this film, then you can download the viewer to go flying around inside this yourself. Okay, so we're coming out of the catering area. We're going into the canteen area. It's the cheap seats, but if we go over the canteen area through the next set of the partition wall, so it's a gable-less partition wall. You can obviously do one with a gable. It's just the fact that here we just chose it without. You've got the lining and the curtains here. This is into the actual conference area. So obviously different sets of colours, lining, nicer seats. And if we just go, oops, not that one, we go bump just back down to the ground here. Obviously we can use this kind of thing for showing the prospective client how things would actually look from various positions inside the structure. You get the idea here. So you could say, oh well, would it be too light in order to show this film here? You can get really geeky by changing the light descriptions of the actual AV presentations to say this is how it would look if it were a plasma screen versus an LED screen and things like that. Okay, many different types of plants, many different types of objects. It's relatively easy to make one of these presentations is obviously an important point to make. I guess that whereas I have not practiced this presentation, our speaker here is currently practicing because he doesn't have an audience. Okay, so if we jump up, we can have a little look at the spotlights on the trussing. Of course, this needn't necessarily be a presentation from an events manager or designer or marquee company. It might be from a specialist lighting contractor, and he might want to be jumping all over the place and looking at his lights or points of particular interest. Okay, let's go down there. Nice speech. Have a look at that one there. It's not moving. That's not very good. Never mind. Let's have a little look down there, and perhaps we'll just finish the show by saying that we can run through the walls like that. That's a bit confusing, isn't it? But I just wanted to show you the outside here. I think this is my favourite part of it, actually. Like the fresh air, you can get the good view of the timber decking, VIP area outside, cafe, nice bit of shading effects, and obviously event loos and various facilities. Thank you for watching my presentation.